I was looking for a way to share this poem I just wrote the other day. I was out in the woods having devotional time, and I just felt God was really putting in my heart to just stop what I was doing and just think. Lately, I feel like, as many people in college, it's kind of a time of waiting. You know, you're not moving on one direction, and you're not stopping in one direction. You're just kind of waiting for the next thing to happen. And I feel like as college students, that's a big temptation in our walk with God to drift from God in that. We don't see God's hand in the ways that we think we should. He's just calling us to be still and know He's God. So there's a verse in Psalm 139 I want you guys to keep on your mind. Because I wrote the poem incorporating Scripture. It's Psalm 139:16. It says, "Your eyes saw my unformed substance. In your book were written, every one of them." And it says, this is the part to focus on. It says, it says, "In your book there were written, every one of them, the days that were formed for me, when as yet there was none of them." So just saying that God's planned out all your days before you guys were even born. So just think about that, and think about the subject is falling leaves, and that sounds like really falling leaves. Oh, that's nice, yeah. But I was sitting there, and this big gust of wind just blew a whole mess of leaves off the tree, and I was thinking, the tree had nothing to do with that. And in fact, the tree wouldn't even know when that would happen. But yet every year, the leaves fall off as they need to, so that the tree can go in the process and be safe during the winter. Because the leaves actually use up the energy from the tree. Dr. John could probably tell you about that. I'll ask him! So I just want you guys to keep in mind, what are the leaves in your lives you guys are waiting for to change? And this poem is written from the perspective of me walking through God's faith halls, which is a path in the woods. And talking with God. So, paths in woods are God's faith halls. Creatures and plants large and small. Leaves on trees short and tall. God their maker, one and all. Show me, Lord, when my leaves must fall. I read your word, in prayer I call. Still no voice, quiet and small, speaks of when my leaves will fall. Gazing up to heaven's hall, I notice sparrows, lively and small. 2 for a penny, as I recall. Yet none apart from God will fall. On this truth my mind does mull, until my ears hear a sweet call. Would that this be God's music hall, as birds sing cheerfully without flaw. This song that sings God is all, stops my claims with truth, they're false. Tiny birds help stop my fall. If God feeds them, He must know all. And who can miss the rolling lawns, fields and pastures, the lilies they don, their beauty unmatched by Solomon. Yet in a moment they are gone. What does this all mean, I call? I still don't know when my leaves will fall. My child, he answers, I'm great, you're small. Let me guide you in faith's great hall. The sparrows, I know when they will fall. The birds I feed them, hear their call. The lilies, I made them more beautiful than all. Yet still you doubt, though you see it all. Now see this tree standing oh so tall. Its branches spread to heaven's halls. Even it knows not, child small, when its changing leaves will fall. See, it's me that does this all. The wind, the sun, the spring, the fall. I alone do sound the call for the changing leaves to fall. At just the right time, I make my call for the changing leaves to fall. Timing that sent my son to call. Come to me, I give rest for all. Birds, leaves, flowers, and all finally make sense in this great hall. The Creator lovingly sustains them all. He alone tells my leaves to fall. Change is something craved by all. Single, sickly, jobless, those sprawled. Let us love and trust God's call. To better life, He will not stall. Things so marvelous, I'm too small. All days written before life at all. Each day in your book will fall, precisely when you mean to call. The seasons change, summer to fall. God's faithfulness alone keeps us all. I ask of you, O child so small, what leaves do you long for it to fall?